What if being too nice is actually ruining your life? You've been taught that kindness is a virtue, that it's good to be liked by everyone. But what if I told you that excessive niceness could be holding you back, making you a target for manipulation, and ultimately leaving you unfulfilled? In today's video, we're diving deep into the hidden dangers of being too nice and how the Stoic way of life can offer a powerful alternative. We all know that person, maybe it's you, who goes out of their way to avoid conflict, who always says yes to every request, and who's constantly worried about what others think. On the surface, it seems like a good thing, right? After all, who doesn't want to be liked? But what if this relentless pursuit of approval is actually undermining your happiness and success? What if, in your quest to be agreeable, you're losing something far more valuable, your self-respect? This is where Stoicism comes in. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, had a very different take on life. They believed that our primary duty is not to please others, but to live according to our values, guided by reason and virtue. To them, being excessively nice, especially at the expense of your own well-being, wasn't just unwise, it was a failure to understand what truly matters. So what's the problem with being too nice? For one, it can lead to resentment. When you're always putting others' needs before your own, you start to feel like you're being taken advantage of. And often you are. People can sense when someone is a pushover, and unfortunately, there are those who will exploit that. You might think that by being nice you're winning people over, but in reality, you're just making yourself an easy target. But the issue runs deeper than that. By constantly seeking to please others, you're neglecting your own needs and desires. You're so focused on what others want that you lose sight of what you want. This can lead to a life that feels empty, where you're always giving but never receiving, always bending but never standing firm. So, how does Stoicism offer a way out? It starts with understanding that being nice isn't the same as being good. The Stoics teach us that goodness is about living in alignment with our values, values like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. It's about making decisions based on reason, not on the fear of displeasing others. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the concept of indifference to externals. The Stoics believe that many things in life, like the opinions of others, are beyond our control, and therefore shouldn't dictate our actions. When you're too nice, you're essentially giving other people control over your life. You're letting their opinions and desires dictate your behavior. But when you adopt the Stoic mindset, you realize that the only thing you truly control is yourself, your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. This doesn't mean you should become rude or insensitive. On the contrary, Stoicism teaches us to be kind and compassionate, but not at the expense of our own integrity. It's about finding a balance, being kind, but also assertive, saying no when it's necessary, standing up for yourself when it's important, and not being afraid to disagree when your values are on the line. Assertiveness, in the Stoic sense, is about being true to yourself. It's about having the courage to prioritize your own well-being, even if it means disappointing others. This can be uncomfortable, especially if you're used to always being the nice one. But the discomfort is worth it, because it leads to a life where you're in control, where you're living according to your own principles rather than constantly bending to the will of others. Let's bring this down to a practical level. Imagine you're at work, and your boss asks you to take on extra tasks that you know will stretch you thin. The nice response would be to say yes, despite knowing that it's going to cause you stress and maybe even lead to burnout. But the Stoic response? It would involve calmly and respectfully asserting your limits. You might say, "I'd like to help, but I'm already committed to several important projects. Let's discuss how we can prioritize what's most important." In this scenario, you're not being rude, you're simply valuing your own time and well-being, which in the long run benefits both you and your employer. This is the Stoic balance: kindness with boundaries, generosity with wisdom. So, the next time you're tempted to be the nice guy or the nice girl, ask yourself, am I being nice because it's the right thing to do, or because I'm afraid of what others will think? Remember, Stoicism teaches us that true happiness comes from living in accordance with our values, not from seeking approval from others. If you found this video insightful, Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're ready to dive deeper into Stoic philosophy, check out our other videos on how to apply these ancient teachings to modern life. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes it's okay not to be so nice.